what's up to another video here when we're doing the grappling type of thing, right? So if you didn't see the first video, then link description or check out my channel, whatever. I don't know. We'll find out if I put the link in the description. I'm not all hip up on all that yet, but I'll kind of try to. Anyway, so as far as grappling stuff, so I'll use a rash guard sometimes just because, man, it gets kind of warm, and I don't want to turn on things as far as the AC or fans or anything like that. Where a little bit of background as far as that goes. The gym I used to train at for 10 plus years, we never even turned the AC on during the summer. I live in Tucson, Arizona, so in the summers it gets to 110 plus, right? So not only do you take that into account, but we got multiple people in the room. That's body heat, and it gets hotter. So there would literally be sweat and condensation off the windows, something fierce, to where it looked like it was a rainforest inside. And we never turned the AC on or anything like that. People were, I don't know, some people look at that one way and look at it another way. But anyways, we just didn't, we're not there to be comfortable. We're there to work out, and it's actually good for your body to be warm and muscles to be warm and not be cold because of AC or anything, and then you're sweating up and you can get sick or anything like that. Or another, in reality, it was just more like, wuss, why do you want the AC on, wussy? So that was mindset, and I'm cool with that. I liked it, I dug it. And we actually had one guy who was a pro fighter, and big old guy. The instructor was nice enough to allow him to stay at the gym, him and his wife and his kid. And he was just told during the day, just kind of go ahead and maybe try to go find somewhere to hang out. And he knew other people in town. So it wasn't to run the bills out, because in reality, the gym I used to go to didn't make a whole bunch of money, because it was pretty close to a fight club. You only had one rule, and our rule was hit as hard as you wanted to be hit. Other than that, we had no other rules. So it wasn't a place for the soft or for the ones that want to be cuddled. And it didn't have a whole lot of people going there. This wasn't something that it wasn't very popular at the time anyways. So yeah, dude had the AC on one day when I came in, and I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And I asked Ron, and I said, Ron, why is the AC on? Yada, 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 it got hot in here, ha, 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 blah, 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 right? Anyways, Don Henneman we didn't turn the AC on. I asked him, did you ask Don if he turned the AC on? No. Well, I turned it off. And I told him, no, that's something you don't touch. And that's like telling a kid on the oven, this is what I was telling him, it's like touching the oven, the top of the stove top, when it's hot. Don't touch. Don't touch. That's what I'm telling him. Don't put the AC in. I was telling him, don't touch like a kid. Anyways, so yeah, rant, whatever. Okay, so grappling. I usually start from the bottom, just because I like to put myself in the worst position as possible. But let's go over some things, because we want to make sure that you can stay into the best position as possible. Okay, so I want to show some base stuff, right? Because in reality, when I get on top of somebody, it's not just say 170 to 180 pounds at this point right now, but I can actually make my body weight feel like I'm a 300-pound person. Why? Just because I know how to just drop my base and make it to where I like have lead in my butt, right? So my base, I'm going to be down, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do what we also refer to as clamping. So I'm going to bring my knee and my thigh into the body. I'm going to bring my elbow here. I clamp down, and I drop my hips down. And I'm not super flexible, so don't expect too much as far as that goes. But yeah, so I drop my base, and I'm making carry my base. Sometimes I'll drop my hip out and I'll make them carry that, just if there's movement around, or if they're trying to get under my leg or whatever, right? So I'm just going to make myself extremely heavy. and watching everything as far as that goes too, because let's keep in reality, this is something that we want to think about as if we're on the street trying to live, and I'm going to make sure that dude's not poking me with the fingers that he doesn't have on this rounded hand, but people have fingers, right? So I'm not trying to allow somebody to stick their fingers into my eyeballs, because they don't belong there. They don't feel good. So I'm trying to think about where my face is at and not allow myself to get poked in the eye. I want to also think about protecting my skull from knees, from whatever. But I'm going to keep this forearm here, and I'm gonna pretty much keep it in this position, just because, man, that's pretty good leverage where I got against the chin or whatever with the elbow in the neck area, and plus, you know, it makes you feel pretty uncomfortable. We're in a street fight, so I'm gonna rub that around on your Adam's apple, and it's not gonna feel good. So I want to control all that stuff, right? So we're dealing with base, and we want to make sure that we don't give a lot of space for somebody to get out from underneath us. Like, I'll go over in other videos, and I'm sure you've seen in other videos as far as grappling goes. So these are things that we want to keep in mind, right? Because this is not a grappling match. I didn't sign up for a grappling tournament or anything like that. This is a fight, and I'm going to live. So I'm going to take it by all means necessary, and I'm going to live. So I didn't sign a contract. I'm not getting paid, and I want to live. And I want to make sure that I'm not trying to hurt this person beyond the point of me defending myself. So yeah, I can stand up and soccer kick this guy right in the face and right in the head, no problem. I can jump up and do what I like to call the cucaracha. And some people that knew me, they'd seen it happen, and that's pretty much where I jump in from this position, mount, whatever, and I'll just jump up on somebody's chest and do like the cucaracha and just stomp the snot out of them. Anyway, so I'm not at that point right now. I just want to actually go ahead and keep my base. So base is very important. It's very important. And you can go, there's millions of videos about this, and that's cool. I just want to share my experience about it as far as that goes. And I've held down people much bigger than I am, much stronger than I am, and had a lot of wrestling experience. Why? Because I practiced for quite a few years, and I understand the aspect of I'm not trying to out-muscle somebody. So I'm not trying to out-muscle them. But I'll tell you what, when I got a lot of whole dead weight on them, was still being able to stay ready to do something, then it's hard for somebody to move that much dead weight. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's not easy. So I'm not trying to out-muscle anybody. And of course, there's no resistance. I get that. Cool. We're cool with that, right? So I know Vic's not gonna just magically start walking around or anything like that, because then I'd have to start charging him rent because I've been here for a while. So yeah, Vic ain't gonna do that, even if he could. Anyway, so my base is the most important thing at this point. I want to keep a good base, and we're gonna keep some kind of control, right? And we want to watch arms as far as if they're trying to move towards getting any kind of weapon into it or trying to do damage to you. Like I was saying, stick a finger in your eye. That's pretty easy to do, and a lot of people just don't think about it, but you know, it's not too hard to slide your hand down onto somebody's eye area and stick an appendage in their eye, the phalanges. We can stick one of our phalanges in their eye, and we don't want them to do that to us. So we want to make sure that we're just keeping our head. And I have a habit of, I used to keep my eyes closed when I was doing a lot of stuff because I want to go by feel. Now so much I don't, other than I'm just sitting here and it's like boring as far as I'm not moving. And the only reason it's kind of boring is I'm trying to explain it, but it's not boring because I think it's cool that somebody's watching this video and maybe getting something out of it, and that's good. So I want to protect my eyes. I want to control the movement as much as possible. So, and I'm going to spin this guy around. So we're going to spin Vic around, and I'm going to show my other leg here. So you can see where my knee and my hip's almost like hip to hip on him. And I'm gonna clamp as much as possible with this elbow keeping my base ready to move as well too, and be able to keep this person here and not do damage on me. And then not get away right away, because, you know, we'll get them tired out and all that stuff if law enforcement don't show up and help us out, or if somebody else don't come over and try to help us out. Then we'll go ahead and, you know, once they're tired enough, we may slowly let it all be just end. But I'm not trying to do extra damage. I'm not going to try to smash this person with elbows or anything like that right now, just because of the purposes, like we're saying, that I've got person in control at this point right here, and I'm not just trying to do extra stepping above, because it's not a cage fight, it's not an NHB fight as far as paid or anything like that, or amateur, whatever. That we're not trying to get a referee to stop anything. There's no referee on the street. If any referee just jumps out and they start doing it, man, give me a wrestling count, you know, I'm 1, 2, 3, okay, I won. So that's not gonna happen. So I want to control as much as possible and not allow them to get to my goodies as far as weapons that I carry on me for EDC, everyday carry stuff. And I don't want them to get to what they may have. I don't know what they have. Don't really want to find out at that point. So I'm just going to try to control them as much as possible. And base is a very important thing. So base from side control, this is pretty much, you know, this and to your knees and all that stuff. It's going to vary because somebody's going to be moving around. So you want to be able to deal with all that, right? Okay, that's side mount, right? So, and as far as mount, then I don't know. I mean, to each their own. Some people like mount better than side mount. I like side mount. Why? Because there's a lot more options for stuff and whatever. But into mount, it's a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of just be here. And like I was talking about, I want arms. I want arms because I want to make sure that somebody isn't going to try to do something. But now you got to pay attention to, is dude going to bite you? So don't let dude bite you. Keep your base. And your mount is a whole different situation from here. Your base and from your mount position is a whole lot different. But I don't really like this one because there's a lot more options for them to do things as far as like biting you from here. And yeah, they can bite you from the other point, but not where I'm putting my elbow in their throat right on their Adam's apple. So this is the mount I don't care for. And you got your side mount. But look at that, this is like a grappling thing, or an HB or an MMA type of, you know, this is where striking is going to come into play. So these simple just bases that I was just trying to show from side mount and mount is just something that just regular day folks can try to learn and deal with. So that's that. Mounts, your base is a very important thing. Here's Vic. But yeah, that's just a simple couple mounts as far as base type of things and explaining what I do with my base. So thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, click on the thumbs up. Go ahead and click on the subscribe, notifications, and know that I'm just sharing experience, that's all. So I appreciate you watching just into this and that. Thank you.